health and happiness report. I'm not going to tell you any dad jokes. I think you hear enough of those. I'm just going to make some random observations. For a guy who types words for a living, I kind of pay deep attention to the way people talk, the little catchphrases that they use, and a lot of times, a lot of these catchphrases, a lot of this wording just becomes meaningless. Like, when I was a kid and people around me had to offer an opinion, we would say, I think that's a nice car, I think that's a great color, I think that's a good football team. But like now, a lot of people, and you'll hear this especially like when you're watching a football game, some analyst has to kind of introduce every opinion that he has. So he'll say, let me say this, I will say this, I'll tell you this, just say it, just say it. It kind of irks me a little bit. It could be a little more economical with the words. Another word that people use that's kind of like lost its meaning is interesting. I think at one point it meant it, captures somebody's interest, but now people use it and you don't know what they mean. So it'll be like, well, what do you think about that speech? Well, that was interesting. Can you give me something a little more than that? Just tell me the speech was too long. Don't leave me guessing as to what you meant, or make me infer, or what you inferred. So we got that. Another expression that's gained a lot of steam over the past 10, 20 years, and people just feel like they're brilliant when they say this. It is what it is. To me, it doesn't contribute anything to the conversation. I could be confiding in a friend of mine and telling him about, my problems with my job and my family, and the guy is trying to think about something, profound to say, but all he could come up with, it is what it is. And that really doesn't help me at all. But, people feel good when they say that. They feel like Socrates, So let's see, what else is there? Another expression that people use, a lot of sports people use this, like during the preseason, they'll say, well, reading the tea leaves, I think that this team can go all the way. What is that? I don't know anybody, I never met anybody who reads tea leaves. What is the process involved? So that's kind of like an expression that kind of gets my goat a little bit. Finally, I'll give you this one here. A lot of times, when you're seeking advice from a family member or a close friend, you're going to go on a big job interview, or you're going to go on a big first date. What kind of advice do a lot of people tell you? They say, just be yourself. And that could be probably the worst piece of advice you can give most people. When you're going to a job interview, you want to present the best version of yourself. Being yourself is just not going to work out. Give somebody some better advice. Brush your teeth, slap on some deodorant before you leave, please and thank you, all these other things. So, but yeah, that's all I have.